So guys, the Gary O'Neill press conference has just taken place over at Compton. It's a really good one today. I'm quite pleased with how Gary spoke today, actually. First of all, I'm going to get on to the team news. Let's talk about what he said. He said that both Pablo Sarabia, Dawson and, of course, Santiago Bueno are all looking good for the weekend's game. But we'll be making a decision on all of them, so that's positive. And he also talked about, obviously, Matheus CUNHA and all the interest surrounded. So it's always lovely when you get some of the fans of the channel that catch up with you. So yeah, he's also talked about, obviously, Matheus CUNHA. Obviously, what a guy. Fortunate enough to have a bit of a chat with him at the services on the way back from the last game, but obviously he is the man at the moment. Talked about him and all the interest in him. Well, the great thing that we heard about there is that Gary O'Neill has categorically said there is no way that Matheus is going anywhere in January. It's 100%, so that's really good. There's also talks about today that Wolverine talks about a new contract for him, so obviously we'll need to keep abreast of that. And then it was also talking about Totti Gomez, really. Obviously the only fit centre-back last week, and he's talked about his development, how he's very athletic, how he works really, really hard, how he's a really great person, and how they root for him because they want him to do really, really well. And that was really positive. Talked about Lamina as well and referred to Matheus CUNHA, saying that Lamina could play there every week. He said it's a nice little bonus that they found that he can do such a good job. They always thought he could do a job in a back three, but it was obviously in a back two. Very, very difficult, but they did do. He played really, really well and said, and that's a really good plus that they've got him as a little bit of a backstop if they need to do with that. And then he's also talked about, I was asked about Sam Johnson, of course. You know, he says, oh, well, Sam's like, hopefully be involved in the match day squad tomorrow. He's like had 2 illnesses. Maybe I'm being cynical, but I just think there's a lot more to that than the fact that he seems to be ill all the time. And then he's been asked about, obviously, of course, AFC Bournemouth, the Cherries, obviously his former team who we play at home at Molineux. And he spoke about that. He said it's going to be a really different test because he said that Bournemouth under Areola are incredibly direct, very physical team, do play a lot of long ball, try and get behind you. So he talked about that, saying it's going to be a big test, a different type of test to what they've had before. And then also, obviously, did refer to about the defence being a little bit short. What with happened, they didn't get the deal done on deadline day, and of course with Jurgen Mosquera, and with a nod to the fact that they're looking at doing something, I think, in the January window. They talked about signings. It's about quality, of course, but also about the person. So yeah, I just felt that the press conference from Gary O'Neill today, he seemed like a lot of weight had come off his shoulders with the 4 unbeaten. He seemed a lot more relaxed. He was asked about the pressure. He said pressure comes with the job, but come on, you know. He talked about the fans, hopefully, as well, giving them a lot more joy. Look, I think a lot of people have thought he'd had it done, but like 2 draws, 2 wins. My dad has always had faith in him still, haven't you? Here he is. So he's talked about that. So yeah, I felt like Gary O'Neill's press conference today, he felt a little bit more upbeat, a little less stressed, and I think that's a comforting thing. And obviously, we're going into the Bournemouth game after a fantastic win against Fulham, and it's a big opportunity. I believe Wolves have got to get at least 4 points out in the next 2 games, home to Bournemouth, away to Everton. More than that, even better. But like, if they can back up the results against Southampton, a great away win against Fulham, and then beat Bournemouth, we can start pulling away from that relegation zone and get a little bit of daylight before it starts to get a bit tougher again. And here he is, Mr. Magic Moss.
Hello there, everybody.
Yeah, got his leather on today. He's Mr. Top Gun. All right, Dad.
Yes, I certainly
Looking
am.
forward to the game.
I certainly am, David. Yeah. I stood by him and the team there.
You did, Mr. Positive, and you know what? You've got to stay pragmatic. Still, the jury still is out, but he's definitely made progress, and let's hope he can continue to do that. Because at the end of the day,
we've got to keep our playing. We've got to keep selling them.
Dad, Gary O'Neill has said that for definite that Matthias Cunha is not going to be sold in January. How's that?
Money talks.
No, it won't happen, Dad. He's not going to go in January. Been absolute madness.
What about February?
Well, there's no transfer window in February. Anyway, we're going to go and get a nice tea and cake.
We've got to keep the best players.
Yeah, I agree, Dad. We've got to from now on. We've got to build a team around our best players, and hopefully they'll be able to do that. Look, we're going to go and get some tea and cake. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Everything's coming up after the game, the match reaction, extra time Sunday, match vlog. Hit that subscribe button. Help us out. That would be great. We appreciate if you watch and you haven't subscribed, you do that. Helps us get bigger and better. Until the next one.
Always Wolves.
Always
Look
Wolves.
after yourself and everybody else.